Hi everyone, what I'm going to do is, because I'm doing this, what it is, I've got two steampunk outfits, the steampunk cum gothic outfits to do for me and my friend Julie. Now I've ordered the black top hats, so I couldn't think what they were then, for us. I've ordered 3, I'm sending one to Jim for him to do something with, but I'm going to do mine and Julie's. And I've already done some of these for one of our hats. They're just like planets, made from discs, chipboard and wooden discs. So I've done some of these. I hope you can see them, just to make them look like planets. So one of us is going to have those on the hat. So they're done, displayed. And then the other one is going to have these hats. And I'm doing them red hats because I don't know how to do them purple or red. Mine's going to be purple and black and Julie's is silver, but we do want a little bit of splash of colour. I'm going to leave it red. So all I'm going to do is just paint the hats red. But I want the texture on them, so I'm going to paint them red and then add a bit of glue. Paint it up again. And we'll do that technique that we like doing. Well, my granddaughters love doing. Billy May does. Do you remember she likes doing the technique where you heat the glue on the colour and it bubbles and gives it a really fine, well, not fine one, but a really nice texture. And she absolutely loves doing that. Well, they both do. So I'm just going to do them all the same colour. Because what I want to do, like that, but on like a stem stuck onto the hat. And I think that's going to be fab. But texturised. So I think Mark from London suggested about the planets yesterday, and I love the idea, so I decided to make some. They're only small, they're nothing much, but it's the same technique. You put the paint on, put the colour on, add the glue, and then both sides need to be done, so I'll have to dry them off. Heat it up with the glue on. Put your next colour on and do it like that. So I'll show you by doing this one the same. And you can mix and match your colours however you want. But it doesn't have to be used for Halloween or anything like that. You can use this technique. It's the technique I'm showing. Not so much the product. Or project, should I say. But it's the technique. And it's a great way of gaining texture. And we've been doing this for a long time, as you know. So it's nothing new. And it's nobody's idea, because it's been done for a long, long time. But a lot of people use this idea. So if anybody claims fame to it, I'm sorry. Just ignore, because it's been around for a long time. Okie dokie. I'm trying to, when I do videos now, I will be, saying whether it's been round, whatever technique we're using. Because some people have been asking, is it your technique? Is it somebody else's? Do I need to ask permission? These are all the newbies that are new to crafting. So it's basically to help them. Can they use it in their ideas? If they wanted to sell something, would they be able to do it by using that? So yes, you can. You can do this technique on any of your projects, sell your project, and you haven't jumped the copyright or anything like that. You've not done any damage whatsoever to anyone. Right, so now we've got that. I'm just going to dry these off. Oops, paintbrush going a bit. But if you're into doing altered art and things like that, then yeah, do something like this on your projects. Oops, a daisy. Because it looks fab. I'm just going to get another one for the glue, and I'm going to use this flat brush. And I'm only going to use, shall I use that? Yeah, we'll just use a Mod Podge, I think. So here we go. Plaster it on. I want quite a bit on mine. Like that. So I hope you can see this. And just, because you can do this on any project. This is where I like, when I say I play around with things, I love doing stuff like this. Just plaster that on. Like that. Just wipe that off a bit. I'm going to leave the brush in there actually. I'm going to need it again, I think. Dry this. Doesn't matter if it bubbles, I want it to bubble. Right, okay, so where's my paintbrush gone? Oh, I put it in the wash. Silly hole. Silly woman. So, take hold of the paint again and just go over it. I think Renjay, you like doing stuff like this, don't you, darling? And you do a fantastic job as well. I've seen, she did me a red heart on a red heart tag. I absolutely loved it. I'm putting it on fairly thick. Like that. You know, just don't worry about it at all. Just plonk it on. Plonk it on. Because there's no right and wrong way of doing this. There's no right and wrong way of doing anything, Artie. If it doesn't work, fix it. Or do something else with it. Easy. Okie dokie, let's dry this lot off. Hold it pretty close, not too close, but enough for it to bubble. Look at that, fantastic. That's brilliant. So, let's take your glue and we're going to go back over it. It's just better than having a plain old, you know, wooden heart. Just make it a little bit different. Like that. Let's take that bit of string out of there. Okie dokie. I mean, you will have to let it sit when you've finished it and let it dry properly. because the heat gun only dries the top layer basically. Okay. So you don't have to do it in any particular order or way. Just cover it however you like. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is another coat of the red. Just cool it down a little bit, not much. Just go over it again. And they've got a fantastic texture on them now. Hopefully I can get enough. I need to get another one of these. My granddaughters love using this red. So when they're here, which they should be coming back soon, that's what they do. They use all the red up. I need to get another small bottle of that. And the one I'm using is, well, this is the primary red and it's Americana. But any will do. You know, you don't have to use branded names. Please, please, don't think that when you see, you know, certain people using branded products, that's what you have to use in your creations. You don't. Use anything. You've got a red paint by anybody, use it. You find a lot of the times people, you know, those that, how can you put it, like to use branded names will only use that. But it's not, they're not using it for any reason other than, oh, I'm using it. This particular brand. And you can craft with any brand. Let's just put it that way. Well known or not. And get the same results. So just make that clear for people who have just joined us, all the newbies and things like that. It does not necessarily mean you have to go out and spend a complete fortune getting all the things that you see other people use. Because you can craft on a budget. And we know that because of what we've done. And shown on here. Nice to have certain things, of course. But you don't need to have it. Oops, I nearly lost a brush out my pot. There we go. Shift that to one side. Okay, just let me... No, I need that. Pop that back in the pot. Beautiful texture on this. There we are. Now I'm just going to let that sit for a minute. Yeah. Let me just put that paint away. Oh no, I'm going to need it for the back of them, yes. Because they will be seen once they're on there, not just, you know, they're hanging above the hat as well, so they will be seen, they will have to be done. So we'll leave that out a minute. And like that. They have to be cool a little bit. So I'm going to try it on this one. So what we've got there, what I'm going to do now is use... I'm not going to use that glue, am I? Come on, Fee, wake up. I'm just going to use like a varnish to mine. I think. Let me soak my brush. And I do have like a glaze that I'm going to use when I can find it. Where's my glaze? Glaze, glaze, where are you? It should be around somewhere. Sorry, let me just look for my glaze. I do have a little pot of glaze somewhere. I have. Well, blow my socks off. Where is it? Where's my glaze? Never around when you want it. I will find it because I need it. Let's have a look. Don't need that. Don't need that. Oh, what's these as well? This will do. This is just the P-R-I-T-T glaze. Children's, kids' art. You don't need anything expensive. There we go. We're not going to use the brush that it's comes with it. I'm going to use the brush I've been using. And just give that a glaze. This will have to dry, but I'm going to help it along as well. Yeah. I do want them to shine. And we've not finished them yet even, though I'm just putting the glaze on. So now I've done that, wipe that off my brush, soak that little brush, and then what we need to do is to dry this as much as possible. I'd just like to say as well, thank you so much to everybody who's willing to help me collect the arty cakes in and the steampunk gears and that. I was so moved and thrilled. I mean, and some suggested that they were going to send things for my little gift box for my birthday. I am moved by it, and I'm so thrilled because I'm always the giver. So to receive something back, I mean, nobody has to do it, and I don't expect anything. But when somebody says, "Oh, Fee, you know, thanks for what you do, and here's a little gift," I do appreciate it, and But I am more than willing to pay for anything anybody gets me, or do a swap. So thank you to all of those that have agreed to help. I'm just over the moon with it, and I feel blessed, very blessed. Right, now what I'm going to do is just leave that for now to cool down. It might help it along actually. Just to fan it a little bit to cool it. Beautiful. Look at the texture on that. Look at that. Fabulous. These are going to look awesome. Oh, fantastic. Thrilled, thrilled, thrilled with that. And then what, oh sorry, that's my information. And then what I'm going to do is to take the gold rub and buff, this one, just put some on my fingers, and just to do that, and look at them. They're so much better. Wow, look at the texture on those. Isn't that gorgeous? And I am going to do all the same because I want them, like I say, in a... Oh, wow. In a row. Fantastic, love it. And to do that a little bit more up, more steampunkish, I'm going to see if I've got anything that can go on there, because they're going to go like that, with something attaching them at, you know, at the back of course. So I'm just going to play around now and see what I've got that yeah, loved that. It's like a feather. Could have got a smaller one actually, but I couldn't find the smallest hat. So I'm just going to have a look and see. Oh, in my steampunk. Now I did make, do you remember when I made these? You know, these steampunk cogs and things like that. So I'm just going to have a look, and, because I haven't got any of the ordinary cogs. Not enough, I don't think. So I might just... Yeah, I might just do the odd one of these. Let me just see what I've got. So there's different ones. See, there's that one. Well, I might not use them, but let me just see what else I've got. Let me just get my box down. Ooh. Like that. It's a daisy. Let's have a look. Put that there. Well, I could have a tiny door knocker on that one. Yeah, like that. I could colour that. And have that one on that one. I could do with a clock on that one, and maybe I could use one of these. Wait a minute, let me just see about this. What about this? No, this one. I like that one. I think it's got red in it. Is that too? That's too big, isn't it? Yeah, too big, and I don't want to take away what I've got on there. So here's a red one. So I could, yes, I could do that. Let me just see if I've got something else. I could do that, couldn't I? Just so they're all different. Let me. I think I prefer that cog. I can put that on there. Like, yes, I like that. Let me just see. What about putting one of these on? I've got some of these. See, like something like that. It's just figuring out what goes best. I don't know about that. I might do... Yes, I like that. I'm going to do that instead. So I'm just going to move those to one side. I've got my heat gun on. Oops-a-daisy. Here's my tool. And I need to get in the centre a hole. Hopefully without splitting it. Using my spiky tool. Not sure if that'll go in. Just... Please, 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 please. No, wait a minute, wait a minute. Take that back out. Not big enough. Pop that back. Let me just... Come on, you! See if I'll do it now. That's it. Love that. Look. Okay. Now, what I've got to do is just to paint the back of that. But look. A little hat with a screw top in, a Phillips screw type thing. That can have one of those. Let me just colour the edge. Using a vintage photo. And I'm also going to colour in that a little bit. And you're not going to see it from the back, but I am going to glue it on with glossy accents, because that will hold better. Why, oh why, oh why? I know I should leave a pin in it. I know I should. I keep telling myself that. Okay, so in this one we're going to have that. Like that. So that's that, that's that. I just want little things about them. In this one, I do want to darken it a little bit. That's it. Again, use glossy accents. Like that.